Rise and shine, my bright stars of Gurukul English Medium School. Hope you are good and doing your studies well. Kids, welcome back in my English class. Today I will teach you lesson number 32, The Noble Stag. Children, what is the meaning of noble? Noble means to be honest, full of courage and care for others. A person with a noble heart gives us a noble sense of moral support. Noble means not about self but about caring for others, supporting others, knowing the need of others and bringing out their best. A person with a noble heart gives us a noble sense of honor. But children, not only human beings but animals also have the quality of being noble. Today's lesson shows how a stag shows his nobility to the king and changes the way of thinking. Lesson number 32, The Noble Stag. As we all know, King Brahmadatta of Banaras was extremely fond of hunting. Luckily for him, on the outskirts of the city was a huge forest filled with deer. Outskirts means the outer parts of a city or town. Among them, there was a mighty stag. On one fine day, the king had gone hunting with his courtiers. Courtier means a person at the court of a king. He told his courtiers, "If you allow even a single deer to escape, I will punish you severely." Severely means harshly or sternly. So the courtiers formed a tight circle from which no deer could escape. Then they began to beat their sticks on the ground to frighten the deer hiding in the bushes and to make them run. The only way out of their circle was through a small clearing where the king stood ready with his bow and arrows. Clearing means an open area without any big trees. The courtiers were beating their sticks on the ground and shouting when suddenly a stag leaped out of a thicket. Thicket means thick growth of shrubs and plants. The stag saw that the king was standing in the way. So he looked the king straight in the eye and made a dash towards him. Straight in the eye means directly in the eyes. Make a dash towards someone means run suddenly and quickly towards someone. The king was taken aback and shot an arrow towards the stag hurriedly. Taken aback means shocked or surprised. Of course, it missed the mark, but the stag rolled over. Now there is only one thing that you must know about the stag. It has excellent instincts and is extremely good at dodging arrows whether they're shot at from the back, front or even the top. Instinct means inborn way of behavior or thinking. Dodging means moving aside quickly to avoid an arrow, blow, etc. If an arrow is aimed at its belly, it pretends to roll over and then jumps up and runs once the danger has passed. So, When this stag rolled over, the king thought that his arrow has found its mark. He lowered his bow and began to walk towards the stag. But the stag suddenly jumped up and shot past the men. When the courtiers realized that the king had been mistaken, they started to laugh. Now the king thought himself to be an excellent marksman and could not bear the taunts of his men. Marksman means a person skilled in shooting, in hitting a target. Taunts means teasing or insulting remarks. He grabbed his sword and set off into the forest in order to catch the stag. He chased the stag for quite a while and covered a long distance. Quite a while means for quite a bit of time. The stag came upon a hole in the ground that was covered by a rotting tree and filled with slime. Slime means an unpleasant, thick, liquid substance. From a distance, it could smell the dirty water and so was careful not to run over it. But the king could not sense the pit and fell right into it. After a while, the stag realized that he was not being followed any longer. He understood that the king had perhaps fallen into the pit. So the stag went back to the pit and saw the king struggling for his life. The stag felt very sorry for the king. He decided to save the king's life even though the king was following him with the intention to kill him. Intention means what you plan to do, your purpose. The stag told the king not to worry and to be brave for a while longer. He then caught a huge rock with his hind legs and lowered himself into the pit. The king caught hold of his neck and the stag climbed out onto the level ground and carried the king to safety. The king thanked the noble stag again and again and asked him to return with him to Banaras, where he could have anything and everything he wanted. But the stag did not want anything in return for his help. He just requested the king to rule wisely and well and be kind to animals. Then the noble stag disappeared into the forest. King Brahmadatta then vowed not to hunt or hurt any animals. Hope children you loved the story. Children, this story also gives you a lesson. If you say that someone is noble person, you admire and respect them because they are unselfish and morally good. So kids, like the stag in this story, you should also be honest and kind towards others. This is all for today. Stay safe. Thank you. Goodbye, kids. Hello, rise and shine, children. How are you? Hope you are good and doing well in your studies. Children, I am back with my English class with one more new and interesting lesson. Our today's lesson is a poem, that is lesson number 33, Wash Day. The name of the poetess is Elizabeth F. Upson. Children, the poem is full of imagination. Through this poem, the poetess wants you to take in a new, different and interesting world of imagination. Here, the poetess refers an ocean. Kids, Wash Day means a day on which clothes and linen are washed on the same day each week. Children, look at this picture. Can anyone tell me what is this? Yes, kids, this is an ocean. Ocean means small seas combine to form a large water body. Children, just tell me, if your clothes gets dirty, who cleans or washes it? Yes, of course, your mother. In the same, the poetess of the poem refers the ocean as Mrs. Ocean. So children, let's start reading the poem, then I will explain it to you. Lesson number 33, Wash Day. Mrs. Ocean takes in washing every day the whole year through, and she uses so much bluing that it stains the water blue. I have seen the soap suds floating when the waves were rough and high, but I never have discovered where she hangs the clothes to dry. Children, one more time we will read the poem. Mrs. Ocean takes in washing every day the whole year through, and she uses so much bluing that it stains the water blue. I have seen the soap suds floating when the waves were rough and high, but I never have discovered where she hangs the clothes to dry. Children, there are few rhyming words in the poem. Just take a look. Rhyming words: through, blue; high, dry. Explanation: the poetess says that Mrs. Ocean is washing all the clothes she takes all for washing each and every day for the whole year. Mrs. Ocean is washing the clothes every day for the whole year. And while washing, she uses bluing that makes the whole water of the ocean blue in color. Kids, bluing means blue substance that is used in washing to make yellowing fabric look white and brighter. So when she is using that blue liquid for washing, the color of the ocean gets blue. Children, stain means color. Now kids, you all have seen waves in the ocean. Some are big and some are small, and they carry white soap suds with itself. Here the poetess says that Mrs. Ocean uses a lot of bluing to wash the clothes so bubble or foam of soap floats in the water. Kids, soap suds means foam or lather formed in soapy water. The foam water floats in the wave when the waves are very frequent and high. But the poetess don't know that after washing the clothes, where does Mrs. Ocean hangs the clothes to dry? Because she can see that after washing the clothes, the water becomes blue in color, foams are coming with the waves, but after washing, she cannot see the clothes hanging anywhere. Children, this poem is full of imagination. There is nothing like this in real. But the color of the water floating off soap suds, this all have scientific reason with it. You will learn this all in your higher class. But for now, you can read the poem and enjoy it. This is all for today. Stay safe. Thank you. Goodbye, children.